All right, how y'all doing? Give y'all some time to get on here. Let's see. If we can. Good to see you all out there today. Getting my walk on this morning or afternoon. God is good. Hopefully you all are doing well. Still at it. Got to get your walk on. Make sure y'all, as y'all come in, y'all invite someone. Share it out for me, please. I am getting my walk on. I'll wait until a couple of people come on. Today is what? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you all. Hopefully everybody is doing good. Hold on. Getting my walk on again. Hey, how you doing? All right, my sister, you getting your walk on too? We getting it going on. We getting it popping, as they say. How you doing? Are you walking too? This is what I was talking about. We can do this active walking, but I think you have to get on that room, create a room or something like that and start walking. How you doing? Hopefully you're getting your walk on or some form of exercise. We making it work, right? So I just want to talk about today. We ain't been on here for a minute. This bomb chat. Yes. Good. All right. This bomb chat session, I guess. This is what I normally do, start walking. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? Good to see you. Getting my walk on. Making it work. Hopefully you all are doing good. Making it do what it do, right? We got to make it do what it do. I took my products already. I have my NutriBurst. I had my, what is that? I had my Harmony Drops. You know, I had to make sure I get that going. Oh, you know. And my NRG, most definitely. I took 2 the other day, and you know, it had me really going. This week I've been so busy. Well, last week I was so busy. I had to stop and take time and spend time with my wife. I'm learning that you got to balance yourself in these businesses, and you got to make sure that you do what you need to do and spend time with your family as well, you know, and I think that's what's most important. Balancing yourself, walking, you know, doing what you got to do with that, getting your exercise on, because it really does help your mind and helps you to focus. But you just got to balance yourself and make sure. So I had to take time out, go upstairs and, okay, babe, how you doing? When I went upstairs, I was a little too late. She had already fell asleep, you know. And so I've been really praying and making sure I get my mind right and making sure my focus is on point. You know, you have to synchronize your mindset. And I was saying the other day that a mind is a terrible thing to waste. But we got to make sure that we pour into our minds the virtuality that we need, the spirituality that we need, you know, and it's going to help us to move forward in life, you know. And I was just thinking about today, I was telling my wife, I was saying, I think sometimes that the demons, I heard somebody say that the demons that your parents have fought, that we tend to fight them. And then I said this morning, I said, I ain't fighting her demons. She going to have to fight her own demons. But learning to let go and learning to move forward in your life, and of course, not giving up on anyone, but moving forward, you know, and in the midst of that struggle. And I think a lot of times when you cut beyond repair, we get stuck. We don't know how to move forward. We don't know how to release things and let things go. So we tend to continue that same format and that same pattern. So today, I just want you all to know, don't get stuck where you at, you know, in your mind. And sometimes we feel like sometimes we give up on our own selves. We give up on love. We give up on our business. We give up on our dreams. I heard somebody say a dream without any goals. I'm sorry if somebody is cutting their grass. A dream without a goal is nothing but a dream. So we got to learn how to set goals. I'm seeing that's what Teresa is teaching us. Set goals and move forward. And there's one thing I'm learning too, is to stay consistent. That's something that, you know, I tend to struggle with, because sometimes you got so much going on that you got to learn, oh no, I got to get back on here. So I think about you all of the time, and I want to encourage you all, don't give up, because we all have gone through things, in life, and life happens, right? And the struggle is real. But the one thing I'm learning is that although the struggle may be real, I can't give up on me. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. And then keep moving forward. That's one thing I'm learning. It gets rough sometimes. And sometimes we don't always know exactly what to do and how to do things. But we got to take it one day at a time and let people know that you need help. That's the other piece, Let them know you need help, and let them know, hey, this is where I'm at. So that means you got to communicate. You got to open up. You got to have a mindset to want to keep working towards your goals and what you want, and not quitting. But whatever it takes, don't give up on you. And don't give up on what you have set in mind, your goals that you have set in mind that you want to do. So these are some things that I'm learning to do. Keep walking, keep doing what I need to do, and then guess what? All of a sudden it gets to be like it's contagious. Your consistency becomes contagious. Before you know it, yesterday my wife said, I want to walk with you. I was just so excited to know that she wanted to walk with me, and the dog as well, So she took the dog and we was just walking, and it felt good. So learn to spend time with your family. But your consistency will kind of like outpour a contagious mindset for others that want to do the same thing that you're doing, whether it's walking, whether it's doing something positive, of course, exercising or getting your mind together. And then the other thing that I learned to do, I learned this from my father, to do those things that you wanted, or you asked others, you wanted to hear. A lot of times I wanted to hear, I just wanted to be accepted, I think, by my dad. I felt so rejected, and he never knew it, dead and gone now, but that rejection pushed me into becoming a bomb, becoming a helper, becoming a deliverance. I'm passing by the guy that's cutting grass. Hopefully you can hear me. Wanting to be a bomb and heal and help, others. And I think that's why I always tell my students, good job, or I encourage them and let them know, guess what, you can do it. I'm proud of you. I tell my daughters, I'm proud of them. I pour into them. So learn to pour into others. Learn to be an encouraging, a contagious, encouraging person, if that makes any sense, and do those things. I was reading that somewhere before. It says that it's 100 things that we can do to build our kids up. But not only do our kids need to be built up, I'm learning as I get older, guess what? Us as adults, we need to be built up too. A lot of us are suffering from the lack of validation, the lack of confidence. You got 50-year-olds, 45, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds that still haven't learned how to encourage their own selves. And so therefore you find out that because they're lacking in that area, you tend to get in a relationship and you find yourself constantly building them up. And so there's an inconsistency with that. Because of childhood trauma, we're finding out that a lot of people are going into their adulthood life with that same mindset. And so you find out where you have women raising men, or men sometimes raising or helping to raise women that are already grown and don't even understand how to even thrive in life. So we got to learn to thrive. We got to learn to move forward. That's why I'm grateful for the TLC family about encouraging me to walk and encouraging me to move forward. And it gets a little hectic sometimes because you don't want to, you want to spend time with yourself, but you got to learn how to balance. You want to spend time with your family and do other things, but you're always promoting. And I think that's what business is about, and that's what life really is about, is teaching us to move forward in life and not to give up. That is so important. So be contagious in your encouragement with your children, and then the wives with your husband, the husband with the wife. I find myself telling my wife now, glad that she lost the 19 pounds, almost 23 pounds, 20 some pounds, I think it was, Don't give me the line. I think she said 19 or 20. But, or was it 23.4? So, but either way it go, she's lost the weight, and I find myself constantly encouraging her. And when you transforming, it means so much to hear those words, and people can see your total life change. They can see your transformation. But you know what? You got to see it for yourself. Because sometimes we want so badly to lose the weight, and we want to hear those validation words. But if you don't see it for yourself, ain't nothing we can do. And I know we all have personal goals, but as I was on my doing my keto diet, and I was taking the tea as well, right? I found myself, sometimes people would tell me it felt good, but just look at yourself in the mirror and tell your own self that you know you're making your goals and you're reaching your goals. Encourage your own self. I don't know, that's something that God has given me to do. Open up your mouth and encourage yourself. Let yourself know, say, self, I know I can make it. I know I can get through this. You know, I was built for it, because a lot of times if you cut beyond repair in any area of your life, you bring healing. There's some healing in you. It's just like they say, the opposite of fear is faith. So if you're a fearful person, guess what? Faith is somewhere around you. You got to dive on into it and start opening up your mouth and helping somebody else. I appreciate you. I see Lakita Casey on here. God bless you. That's another one of the TLC my family. Great motivator, great determination. I thank God for you. Many days I see you and I say, great creativity. And that's what it's about, being determined. We have to be determined and motivated to work towards our goals. And it ain't gonna always be easy. Nobody said it would. But you know what? Your sacrifices. That's why I say God will not forget your labor of love, which you have sacrificed. There's some sacrifices that we have to make as being a parent, as being in family. I see my wife on her hey, sweetheart. I was just talking about you seeing your goals and reaching your goals, but learning how to get in that mirror and thanking God for what God has already done for you in your own life. That's so important. And we talked yesterday about counting your blessings, but today we're just talking about being able to encourage our own self and being intentional and consistent regardless to what. And sometimes, you know, I feel like I'm not always reaching my goals, and sometimes I feel like I'm slacking, but thank God that he always picks us up. Although we feel like we're down, but we're not cast down. We feel like we're in despair, but we're not totally in despair. He knows how to wake us up. He knows how to strengthen us. So learn, you are a balm. BALM. A balm is a healing. Just like the balm that y'all women put on your lips, sometimes the guys use it. There's certain aids that you use to bring healing. So you are that balm in your life. And sometimes we see also in our families' lives. I'm learning that we all have strengths, and we do have weaknesses or barriers or even challenges. But at any rate, I'm learning that we can get through it. We can press through it. And yeah, it gets hard. You know, I think about that a lot. You know, my wife often tells me that, and I know it's true, that anything, wherever your strength may lie at, know that the enemy is going to try to come and bring and accentuate the weakness. But how many know that we can make it? And so I keep fighting. No matter what, I keep my head held high. I keep praying. And in my secret time, that's where you see where you get your strength at. I was thinking about that the other day. And I was just sitting there. I was washing dishes or something. And I heard the Lord say it's in his arms, in the wings, in the eagle's wings, in the angel's wings, you'll find safety. You'll find strength, you know. And then I heard him say you can rest in him. So we got to learn to rest, and I'm still learning. I'm so used to moving and going and doing. Some days I find out that I have to stop. And as you stop a little bit, you find out that guess what? Before you know it, God will let you see exactly what's going on, and he'll give you the strength that you need. So be encouraged, those that are listening. I see my sister on here. Be encouraged, Miss Erin. Be encouraged. No matter what you're going through in your business and your family and in our personal lives, because sometimes we don't know it, but we get attacked in all those areas, you know, in our finances. And sometimes you don't even understand, like, where did this test come from? What is going on? And the shortages, there are some shortages that comes about that you don't even understand and can't even describe. And so it takes you back to God and say, okay, Lord, show me what's going on. Because right now I'm not feeling it. I'm not seeing it. And so we need to learn to communicate, learn to pray. Sometimes, we don't have all of the answers for everything, but just doing what God gives us to do. So y'all be encouraged if you're going through things, and sometimes the enemy will bring up negative things in your mind, try to make you discouraged, especially when you've been cut. And sometimes we talked about that before, that a lot of times when you've been cut in those areas, the enemy will try to bring back that residue. Watch the residue. Watch the cycles. Somebody tell me what time it is. Hopefully it's not 1. Watch the cycles. Because if we're not careful, before you know it, in your mind, I think I talked about that one day this week, that he'll bring back certain instances, will make you feel a certain way and take your mind back to that one time that you experienced that trauma in your life. So there's some truth to that. I was thinking about them when I said those spirits. Why am I fighting? You got to feel like you got to fight your parents' curses or your parents' demons. That's not what it was about. And we got to be careful with that and be prayerful. But then thank God that he always calls us to have that grace. And he was giving me that the other day, that he has given us grace. We that are cut beyond repair, God has given us additional grace. That grace to move forward and to be creative. Being an entrepreneur, you're learning that you have to be creative. But some of us, God has already put the ability down on the inside where we're able to move forward and be that bomb. That's why I say you are that bomb. And someone had prophesied that to me and said that he has given me, when he created me, he gave me a little bit more. But sometimes how many know that for much is given, much is required? And so we learn we want the more, but we don't want to do what it takes in order for us to be sustained. So be encouraged on today. As I'm walking, you get out and do something that's healthy, something that you can do. Don't overexert yourself. I try to make sure I get this walk in as best as I can, but it's good to do what you got to do. And then don't beat yourself down. Some of you all that want to walk and possibly can't walk, do whatever you can. Lift your hands up. Some days my wife said the other day, what do you do? I said, I start stretching my legs. You know what I mean? Because I see, hey, as long as I can stay mobile and active and moving, I'm doing okay. Because I remember so vividly when my grandmother had the stroke. She couldn't move her arms, couldn't move those legs. And sometimes we do so much. We need to make sure that we take time for us and take care of our own selves. Because sometimes we're doing for so many other people, we fail to realize that, guess what? I got to take care of me. So take care of you. I read and get your mind together. I listen to the news. Stay tuned and listen to the news. See what's going on a little bit. Then I get off of there sometimes and I just listen to the word. Let the word play. And sometimes I just want to listen to worship music. So I listen to worship music. My wife said, what you got going on? Thank God for the harmony drops, right? So it helped that mind and bring that mind under subjection. So it's so much that we got going on. And then I'm learning that the enemy wants us to be distracted. Be mindful and watch the times where you are distracted. What is he doing? Why is he trying to bring distractions in your life? Watch people. Everybody that's out there that's listening to you or watching you or complimenting you, watch the compliments. Watch how they're treating you. And that's the other thing, not trying to make us like we just like always looking, but you do have to be watchful because some people are not genuine. Others are out to get you at your demise, and I never thought that there would be people out there, but there are some people out there that are basically notorious for treating you any kind of way. And so we got to be mindful that we don't let people mistreat us. And then we got to be mindful that we don't mistreat others. So it goes both ways. I was listening, writing down some things today, and I was praying and asking God, as I forgive others, help me to receive their forgiveness, but also help me to forgive them as well. and let them receive my forgiveness. We always talk about what people has done to us. Well, what have you done to others? Because guess what? You're not perfect. And I realized that. So my little daughter got me a journal, and it's like a prayer journal. And it's week by week, but before you know it, I get to just going through it. And it's so helpful, talking about forgiveness and talking about writing down the things that you've gone through in your life, but then also trusting and believing God, knowing that you're not by yourself. I think a lot of times I feel that way, and I think I feel that way because of what I went through with my mother and my dad, my parents. I felt rejected a lot. And then I realized I can't put project my rejections on my wife, feeling like she's going to put me in that same box or others. You know what I mean? So I have to start opening up. And a lot of times we don't know it subconsciously. I think that when we go through a lot of trauma, our mind just go off into a safety spot. And we tend to block out some things. But we got to watch the triggers. And my wife often tell me, okay, sometimes you just go in, I said, okay. So I began to ask God to calm me. Ask God to heal me in everywhere it hurts, because there are some things in our lives that we have experienced, and we still need to be healed in those areas. And I believe that's why the enemy constantly is bringing up certain triggers to put you back in that mold and that mind. So that's why the scripture said, let this mind, which was also in Christ Jesus, let it be in you. So that's the bomb. Those have been cut, those have been abused or rejected, or any way that you've been cut, know that God can heal you. And seek God for the healing. That's the other thing. We often talk about the healing, but we don't want to seek God for the healing and give it to him. Give him all of it. In my mind, I give him those past things. And in my mind, I try my best to figure it out. I'm seeking God. Lord, why did this happen? And why did I go through that? And what was that for? Why I couldn't just be normal like everybody else, right? Have any of y'all felt that way? You just want to be normal. You don't want to have to go through all of these extra things, but God knows exactly what he's doing. He takes us through situations so that we can help somebody else. And that's what it's about. I'm learning that's what it's really about. He'll highlight, your life is highlighted, but it's to help somebody else, because somebody else know exactly what you're talking about. And those that are listening, I'm pretty sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, keep living. Keep living. So I hope these few words found you well. I think it's almost 1. We talked a lot about, in this bomb chat, about being consistent. We talked about fighting our parents' demons, and that we shouldn't have to. We talked about forgiveness. So those things, whatever hits your mind, and rejection, I talked about that rejection, and we go through that, and watching your mind drifting. Don't let your mind drift and tell you that you're by yourself, because know that you're not alone, and know that God loves us, and don't give up on you. No matter what you go to do, don't give up on you. I don't care what people say, what people do, how they make you feel. Don't give up on you, because I'm finding out, guess what? While everybody else is looking at you and everybody else is trying to see and figure out what you got going on, God loves you and he cares about you. And here you are thinking you're not even making it. Here you are feeling like, okay, guess what? All of my mistakes, sometimes I look at all of my mistakes and I'll be saying to myself, why did I do that? You know what I mean? But I'm learning that I got to go easy on myself. In other areas, I got to go stronger too. But I'm learning that I only got me. I got to take care of me. So take care of yourself. Take care of your mental as well as your physical. Hey, Burst, is it that time? I just finished my walk. I can't see the time, what time it is, but take care of you and watch God. And then don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your hopes. Keep fighting no matter what you go to do, because guess what? At the end of the day, God got it all figured out. While we're trying to figure it out, he done already worked it out. And Lord knows that's me, because I'm constantly trying to figure things out and trying to focus and saying, Lord, okay, why this is like that? Why can't this work out this way? You know what I mean? But like me and my wife was talking earlier, he already got it figured out. While I'm trying to okay, wonder why did she do this? You know what I mean? Because sometimes I'm trying to think to myself, with my mom, what was she thinking about? You know, and then I started asking God, questioning God, like, okay, God, why would you allow my life to go like this? But then while I'm sitting here trying to figure this out and then saying, woe is me, it's somebody over there that's going through even worse than what I'm going through. You see what I'm saying? So encourage yourself and stop giving up on you, and learn in the midst of your any attacks that you go through. Learn to encourage yourself. Learn that you are a bomb. And guess what? That BALM. And talk to yourself. Encourage yourself. It's this self-encouraging talks. Now, don't just be talking to yourself. Sometimes we talk to ourselves when we answer ourselves, right? But encourage yourself. And let yourself know that you can make it. Let yourself know that, we're not going to give up on us, because we're all we got at the end of the day. And I'm learning there's only so much that I can do in a day. I think also that because of the things that I've gone through with my mom and with my dad, I just say with my parents, because it's not only mama's fault, it's my dad's fault too, right? But with my parents, I've learned that the negative things that they show me, to do the opposite. And I'm learning to stop asking, hey, how you doing? Stop asking for things that they can't give you. I'm learning now that there's things that your parents and people that have hurt you, they can't give you. And stop expecting from them. I can't expect blood. Like what they say is, as a example, you can't expect blood from a turnip. You just can't, because it can't give it to you. And so there are things that I'm learning to release and just let it go. And as I'm letting it go, I'm finding that I'm having peace. It don't make sense, but just because my mother is my mother, that doesn't mean if she don't want to have a relationship with me that I beat myself up. You know what I mean? You can't force anybody to do anything. But I'm learning you got to live your life, and you can live your best life. And learn that I sleep well at night, and that I get up by the grace of God with new mercies, new strength, and I have to learn to move on. So I believe it's about that 1 o'clock time. So hopefully these few words have found you well. Encourage yourself and stop allowing others to get you down, and your mistakes. Learn to forgive yourself and to move forward in life, and know that you are the bomb, BALM, and that you can make it, you can take it. And this day, God is going to strengthen your heart. So if you're in need of any of our services, the TLCT, let me know. It may not be what it may not work for you, but just learn to, if this is what you desire to do, to push out some toxins in your body, in your system, the NutriBurst, it works for me. Not making any medical claims, but it is working for me. Just giving you some options. We have other products, so inbox me if you're in need of that. Also with my mentoring and coaching services is www.thefountaincoach.com. Let me know. If you're not, maybe you can refer someone else. I'm looking for some people that I can assist and can help. Also, I got something else coming up for you all as well. So let's talk about credit services. So I got some things going on in my life, and I'm thanking God for that, because I definitely, is my desire to move forward and do what I need to do, because I can't wait on everybody else. You got to do what's best for you, and you got to leave a legacy for your family, okay? So tune in again to the bomb chat session, right? So where we're walking, and I'm giving you bomb information and bomb encouragement so that you can move forward in life. And remember that deliverance is nigh thee, even in thy mouth. God bless. Bye.